Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And you are here, I am here, we're both here. And today we're going to be taking a look at the last minute top 10. Top 10, what I call the top 10. This is the top 10 must-give gifts, last minute gifts that you can get for your friends, for your family, for your coworkers, for your dog, for your cat, for that matter. And a whole bunch more. Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in a geek. You saw the socials there. If you're on Amazon, amazon.com/shop/Geekazine, there's that follow button. Hit that follow button so you can follow me so you know when I'm online. The top 10 must-give gifts out here. And these, let's give you a little bit of context here. First of all, these are gifts that you'll find under $100, with the exception of one of those items. Everything else will be under $100. And that 10th one, I basically are just saying, okay, it's a little bit more, but definitely worth it. But anything under $100, you're good to go. The second thing, all of these are tech related. So anything, yeah, that's all tech related in one way, shape, or form. And they're going to help you with whatever you do in work and life and whatever. So we're going to start with this. I don't normally talk about Bluetooth speakers because there's a ton of them out there, and there's a lot of good ones out there. But when a Bluetooth speaker kind of catches my eye, it's like, okay, I can see this happening. And that's where this is. This is from TikiTunes, excuse me. It's the portable Bluetooth 5.0, like I was just talking about with Bluetooth, indoor-outdoor wireless speaker with LED torch, atmospheric lighting, 5-watt audio, USB speaker, and 2,000 milliamp battery for your phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever you can need to connect up to it. And that's more than just a phone and tablet, of course. Anything that sends out Bluetooth signal, you should be able to use. And there's different ways you can use this if you have it set up that way. So it's a wireless speaker. It's got the ambient LED flame. In fact, let's see. There's a video right here that shows it. We'll turn off the sound there. So it looks like a flame. So imagine this, outside when you're sitting on your porch when the snow goes away, and you're just listening to music back and forth. And you're good to go from there. It's got a speaker, like I said, and of course with the torch, they pair stereo. So if you've got more than one, somebody's unboxing it there, it looks like. If you got more than one, you can pair them up together and then run stereo. So you can have one on the left side, one on the right side. Maybe watch a movie outside. Maybe when we have friends over, have ambient music going, and of course the torch going as well. It's water and dust resistant. It's got an IP65 rating, so you can have it outside. It is right now, it's 30% off, but if you get that double deal, you're saving even more. So you can get 2 of the TikiTunes, and I don't think there's percentage off, but technically it's a percentage off. But you get a single one, that is 30% off. And just pretty amazing what you can do with this. If you do a lot of outdoor entertaining, this is a great deal for you guys to have. 6-hour battery. So play music for 6 hours. That's usually, that's 4 to 10 p.m., which is usually, or maybe 5 to 11, which is usually when you're outside during the summer, maybe even a little bit later. And of course it can recharge. You can plug them in, so they can be charging as they're playing. And if you have a few of them, you can set them up and really have some fun with it. So anyway, that's TikiTunes. That's the first one on the list here. Let's move on from here. These cameras are awesome. Getting into the Wyze infrastructure is pretty cool. And there's a lot more that's coming from Wyze in the future. They're putting out thermostats. They're putting out robot vacuums. They're putting out, of course, the camera system. They've got watches. They're getting in the health area with watches that can tell your heart rate and ECG and your oxygen levels, things like that. But we start with the camera. And a lot of people love these cameras. I have a few of them myself, and they're great. I have one sitting in the front door, and this is the reason why, because it's this one right here. This is the Wyze Cam 1080p pan tilt zoom. It's an optical zoom, just so you know, but it can move left and right or up and down. So it gives you a 93-degree angle, but with the pan tilt option, it can move around, give you a 360-degree view of things. With motion tracking and facial capture, I think there's subscriptions on that. But the whole point is that you set it up, you can put an SD card in, you don't need to get their cloud storage. You put an SD card in, and then it records. In fact, last night I had a situation where I had to take a look at the outside between a certain time frame because something happened outside. And I looked, and it basically did continuous recording because I have a large enough SD card in there. And I looked at that whole time. I could pinpoint the moment. I could pull that information off and then send it to people that needed to know what was going on. Just for your record. Plus, this is what's called RTSP enabled, which means that with an extra firmware update, you can actually send all the video signal to a computer that's dedicated to taking all the video and putting it onto a larger hard drive. So you can have terabytes worth of data on a computer of all the video, 24-hour surveillance, or you can set it up so every time you see motion to start to record. Because not all cameras need to be on 24/7. So like an indoor camera, like the garage or something like that, if the garage door opens, this thing can come on. It is Echo Amazon Alley available. That's my word to not activate your Echoes out there. And you can definitely say, hey, Alley, who's at the front door? What's on my Wyze Cam? And then you can see what's going on outside. You can call up the app and use the app to see what goes on. You know, when there's food delivery, when the mail shows up, when whatever the situation. If somebody you don't know shows up at your front door, you can see. And it's indoor, so you'd point it through a window or something like that. Or on the inside, you could have this in like a living room or a kitchen, and then have the motion tracking. So if it catches something over here, it'll turn and then put it into the main shot and then move around as that object moves around. So if somebody's broken into your house, you can get their facial features and give them a good video to the police so that you can get your stuff back. Things like that. So it's an amazing little device, and it's so inexpensive. In fact, the whole infrastructure is pretty inexpensive. So check that out. This is one of the items that I'm calling the top 10 must-give gifts. If they don't have home security, this will work perfectly for them. So, all right, let's move on from there. Let's talk about, can't click on there. Let's talk about some Lego stuff. I'm a big fan of Lego. In fact, I've done some Lego brick by brick builds here on Amazon Live and on the other live channels as well. So I love to do brick builds, and I don't do too many of them, but I should do a lot more this next year. And this might be one that I'm thinking of doing here. And it doesn't have to be Iron Man. If you're not a fan of Iron Man, they have a lot of other versions. Star Wars and Marvel are the two big ones right here. But we got Iron Man, kind of for a change of pace here. It's a small piece. And once again, this is under $100 because there are some Lego builds that are going to cost you $400, $500, $600. But this is a simple Lego build. Gets your kids involved in it. You're making a nice little fun little knickknack that you can put onto a wall or tear it apart and rebuild it and take it apart and rebuild it and take it apart and have contests of rebuilding the mask. See who can get it done faster. Or maybe improve on the build by getting more Lego and saying, what if we use this brick instead of this brick? Or, oh, the new Iron Man mask has got this feature. Let's add it. Let's get some bricks and add it. Things like that. It comes with a little stand, so you can show off your head, whether it be Iron Man or I think there's a Stormtrooper, there's Darth Vader, there's Boba Fett. I have a few of them in the list there, as you can see. And I even included one, the Yoda one, which is, I think, a little bit more, but it is, you know, if you are in, not the Yoda, but the child. I'm not saying the name. I know there's a spoiler involved in that, so we're not going to do the spoiler till next week, or the week after next, when everything is done, because the finale's next week. So you can get the child. They're calling it the child. We'll leave it at that. So lots of different Lego options right there. But this is ones that are under $100 here. So amazing little Iron Man mask there. That's it. There I am. I'm here on the live stream. That's pretty cool. And of course, if you want to follow me, go ahead. There's the follow button up there. Definitely do that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions in the chat right now. I appreciate that very much. I'll try and answer as best as I can. On the next, let's get the next one on the top 10 gifts to give here. And that comes here. Here we are right here. Let's move this out of the way. This is the SanDisk iXpand flash drive Go for iPhone, for iPad. Anything with Lightning. They do have another option where you can get with the let me think here. You can get USB-C to USB. Okay, wanted to check something really quick. Okay, you can get it with the Lightning. You can get a USB-C to USB-A, but this is perfect for your phone. A lot of times, I'll get taken more than enough photos or video, and then I'm starting to max out my phone, whatever size I get. I usually max it out. And sometimes I need to take some of the video, especially, and get it over to my computer super fast. And some of these cloud services don't work that fast. So what I'll do is I'll take this, and I haven't set it in my new iPhone yet, so I wonder what's going to happen here. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to just plug it in here before I show you. And it says iXpand drive. Here, now I'll show you what's going on here. Right there. And it says iXpand drive. iXpand drive would like to communicate with the flash drive. So we'll say allow. It opens up the app. And then it sees what's on the drive. I can have stuff from my computer and bring it over here this way. Or I can pull stuff from my phone into this drive, flip it around, use the USB-A to copy it over to the desktop. So let's hit the view files. We'll have a music folder, a photos folder, and a videos folder. And then a couple, this is for Windows, you have an executable where you can install the software. And then of course, Mac has a package there. So in the videos here, you see I already copied over some videos to my computer. This is great for backing up your phone. This is also great for taking the photos off your phone, because sometimes those things, you take off the photos, you take off the videos, and your phone runs a little bit better. It just works that way. So when you're done, you just unplug it, and then it's a secure thing. So you go in there and you plug it into the computer, copy the files over, and you're good to go. So that is the iXpand. This is 256 gigabytes. You can also get in 128 or 64 if you don't need that much on size. This is at 28% off, and you can get it before Christmas, or I think you can get it right after Christmas. Excuse me. So this is a nice, when you get something like that, just basically get a card and say, hey, your product's on the way. And here it is. So you got a gift to give them. So, all right, let's move on from there. Another gift that I feel that you can give that people can use, and that comes from our friends over at Netgear. I'm a big fan of Netgear. I have a lot of Netgear all around here. And this device I actually am using in the studio. This is the Wi-Fi range extender, the EX6120. It covers up to 1,200 square feet, 20 devices with AC 1200 dual band wireless signal booster and repeater. Now, couple good ways to use this. First of all, you can use it as an extender easily. So I can now get to the back part of my yard with my Wi-Fi signal, which is great. You set up like 2 or 3 of these. It has this model that I have in the studio, and I highly recommend you get, as an Ethernet jack. It can plug in another device. Now, where this really comes in handy, it can set up its own SSID. You can set up your home security cameras. You can set up your IoT devices all to this extender. It can handle up to 20 devices at a time. And granted, all these devices don't continually push information to it. But you're saving your main router, which also has like a 15-20 connection limit, from having to field all this information from these security cameras, from these IoT devices. And so the main router will perform a little bit better because all it's getting is one signal from the Wi-Fi extender saying, hey, we've got this. Okay, 1 lane of traffic I'm good with, 20 lanes of traffic, not so much. So you have a couple of these set up. Even if you don't need them, you have them to control anything that's IoT based, because it'll work in 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz range. And then send the signal, because it doesn't need to be, if it doesn't get there right away, that's fine. But then it can send the signal to your main router, which then can go out to the cloud and go from there. That's a pretty cool deal right there. This is a Netgear Wi-Fi range extender. I have that clicked. The EX6120. It's 29% off right now, so you can check that out as you go. All right, let's move on from there. This next item up for talking about, because it's not for bid. I'm not bidding on it. But anyway, I bought it about a year and a half ago. Could have swore I bought it longer. And the reason why I got it was because we have one cat, Biscotti, and she has technically 2 litter boxes, as they tell you to do, the main litter box and then the secondary litter box. And especially when we were on travel, the secondary litter box was very important. But primary litter boxes, if you don't clean them on a daily basis, your cat will stop using it because it's dirty. They don't want to step on dirty litter. So you want to clean that on a daily basis. When we had that non-automated, that was tough. Now we went from every day cleaning to every week cleaning. And the cleaning is a lot easier now. Now, I will tell you that these things, to keep them in top shape, yes, you're going to have to do some sort of cleaning. Like, for instance, there's going to be litter that pushes to behind the brush. You'll need to get that out there, scoop it out and put it to the front so the brush can then pick it up and send it to the receptacle. When it's all said and done, you pop off the receptacle, you throw it away, you put a new receptacle in there. It's got a charcoal filter, and this is what I'm talking about right here. This is the LitterMaid single cat self-cleaning litter box. It's got a charcoal filter in there so smells don't come out too, waft out. And then once, like I said, cleaning, we have a schedule basically. When it's trash day, gathering up the trash, grab the receptacle, clean it out. I have the second one. The second one's not automated. It's actually a deep litter box, so there's a lot of litter in there. And then I basically scoop. So that's the worst out of the two. And I only have to do that every other week, as opposed to this one, which every week, time to take out the trash, grab the receptacle, replace it, clean it up, we're good to go. So saving myself a lot of time, and the cat is happy, doesn't end up trying to go in places that she shouldn't be going, leave little packages. And it's 50% off right now, which is what makes it under that $100 point for a great gift for anybody. So, and that's from LitterMaid. Check it all out. You've got the link right there as we go. let's move on as we are continuing on with our cool top 10 must-give gifts. Next one's from our friends over at Sabrent. This is really cool. I've always been a big fan of USB hub chargers because when I go on travel, one, you don't want to use the USB that's in the hotel room. Sometimes they're just broken, but other times they might have actual chips in them that can read data off of your phone. Yes, that is a thing. And if you go overseas using USB devices on there and inside of clock radios, inside of anything, they could be stealing your data while you're sleeping. And the hotel might not even know it. Somebody might have walked in, replaced that clock with their own clock with a little chip in it. So you definitely don't want to plug in your phone into any device that does more than just charging. And in a hotel, you should really bring your own chargers. And that's where this comes in. You don't even need to take it with you. If you got multiple tablets and phones and headphones and anything else that needs to be charged via USB, this can do it. This is Sabrent Premium 60 Watt, 12 amp, 6-port aluminum family size desktop, US rapid charger, smart USB charger, auto detect technology, so it'll know what to charge it at, and if it's at 100%, it's going to stop charging. Very important right there. And it is Sabrent is they make a lot of different power items, and I have a few Sabrent multi-strips around here. So I trust the company. And the one thing I did like about this is it had a cord to it. There are some versions that will plug straight into the wall, which are fine, but I don't like those because if you plug too much stuff in, they'll kind of fall out of they could fall out of the socket, especially in a hotel room, because some of those power outlets are just as bad. You plug something in, they'll just pop right out. So if you have a loose power outlet, you definitely don't want to use it, but you can't plug anything like that into it because it'll just fall right out. You plug it into the wall. I can put this on my nightstand, or I can put this on a adjoining table. And I charge a lot of stuff when I'm on the road. I have wireless mics that I charge. I have phones, I have tablets that I charge. I have batteries for cameras and video and lights and stuff like that. All that stuff I have to charge. So this is a 6-port item. Sets on the desk just nice. In fact, I have a 4-port. It's not Sabrent, but it's 4 ports right here that I have 4 cables charging different things like my secondary iPhone and my headphones and some wireless items and things like that. So they charge at 2.4 amps, so that's not going to be fast charging. But if you're kind of charging overnight, it's going to be fine, and it'll get things charged. And like I said, smart technology in there, so when it gets to 100%, it shuts off. And then it'll trickle every now and then to keep that at that 100% charge. So you have a fresh battery at the beginning of the day. So great deal right there. Part of my top 10 list of things that you should get for gifts, or get them for yourself for that matter. Another thing is soap. We all need soap, right? For our phone? Yes, for our phone. Now keep in mind, I can't make any claims of what this can do. I can only read what it says that it does. It doesn't, and so if there's any type of claims that what it can do, I can't back it up. But I know that UV light does destroy some bacteria, and they have many different things that'll use this. The cool thing about this is it's also a Qi charger. So if you've got a wireless charge like my iPhone 12, I can put it in this cradle. I can set it for it's 10 minutes, and it's supposed to blast these 3 UV lights on it. That's supposed to take out the bacteria. And then I can leave it in there overnight to let it charge. Or I can, if I don't have the Qi charger, I can just use a regular cord. There's an area so I can bring in that cord. Because it doesn't need to be sealed. It just needs to be encompassed so it can really fill out the UV light. And if you got a case on your iPhone, like I have a see-through case on my iPhone from Spec, you can put those in there. You don't need to take it out the case. Depends on the case. You know, if you have like a thick case with a dark plastic, you'll probably have to take that off. But anything like this, where it's see-through, because I wanted to show you my cobalt blue iPhone here, then you can do that and put that in there, and you're good to go. And this just misses that. It gets under that $100 point. But if it does any type of sanitizing of your phone, hey, that's great. That's great. So another great deal from PhoneSoap as the top 10 items that I highly recommend. The next one, fun for the kids, fun for the adults too, if you want. Remember RC racing? RC racing as a child for me was stuff similar to this, but you know, the prices on what these were like hundreds of dollars. And now we're talking stocking stuffer prices here. Stocking stuffer prices. So what am I talking about? This is the remote control car, 4-wheel drive RC car, 360. It does all these flip stunts because the wheels, it doesn't really turn. There's no left and right. It's how the wheels turn to make the action happen. And of course, if you turn them in the right direction, yeah, it'll turn left and it'll turn right. But you got to really start thinking about different ways that this thing works. Because it's not steering wheel and it's not RC left, right like that. And you can have some fun with it. Flips. It takes me back to the days where we used to build ramps. You know, you get the spare lumber from underneath in the garage or something like that, and you build these little ramps, and you take the RC cars and you launch them in the air, or you find an area in the park where there's like mounds of sand and dirt, and you build bigger mounds, and you have these RC cars launch off in the air. That's what is going on here. So it is a full functional RC car. It's got a 30 meter. The remote is 30 meters away. It takes about 20 minutes per battery charge. So if you get some extra batteries, you should be able to get a good 40 minutes out of it to an hour, depending on how many batteries you get, of course, and get those charged up. If you have the USB charger, it'll be pretty easy to do. But then you can just have some fun with it. It goes up to 12 kilometers per hour. It's got a 4 gigahertz remote control in there for any type of movement or anything like that. It doesn't connect to any phone. It doesn't have any camera on it. It's just pure fun. And I've been eyeing these because they've been on deals since Black Friday. And this one's at 24% off. And it's great. Like I said, these are in the stocking stuffer range. So they're great stocking stuffers for the family, for the cousins, for friends and family. Just have some fun. You can do some socially distanced RC racing. So you put your car out in the street. They put their car out in the street. And then you race it down the street. Or you make tracks, mounds and things like that. And then you can race that. That's a lot of fun. And it'll definitely take me back to my childhood days. That's for sure. But anyway, that's the 2.4 remote car. This is from the Cram Deem store. So you can check that out. All right, then of course that takes us to our last and final thing on this list. This is the top 10 must-give gifts. And yeah, this is definitely a must-give gift. And that is simply Amazon Prime. And I did tell you that everything else was under $100 except for one item. This is going to go over that $100 mark. Not by much, but you get so much if you give the gift of Prime. Simple as that. And you can give the gift of Prime to somebody who already has Prime. You just basically paid for their next year membership. Can't go wrong there. So as you can see, I got Prime, of course. You get deals. You get Prime member deals. You can do watch parties. So let's say you have there's a movie on Amazon Prime that you want to watch, your friends want to watch. Let's do a watch party. You know, Utopia, we're going to watch the British version of Utopia, which was done in the United States. And we're going to watch the first 2 seasons of the British Utopia. We could watch it with friends. get on a watch party and do that. So you can get, there's books, there's audio, there's video, there's 2-day Prime shipping. And now they got the prescriptions option, which I've been looking at. There's what's really cool about that. You can get a lot of your prescriptions to your door. And those would be the prescriptions that are safe to send across the mail. Like, you know, we'll just say aspirin, for example, because I don't know what you can or can't. But if you have prescriptions that you need to pick up at a pharmacy, they have a ton of locations that you can go to in the United States, of course, that you can pick up through Amazon Prime. So get some of your prescriptions mailed to your door. And if you need to go pick them up, you can easily do that as well. They give you an RX card that you go and send and purchase it from there. And they do discounts, of course. I don't know all the discounts, but that's another great deal other than everything else that you get with this. Exclusive deals, the photos, the grocery. You know, you use your Amazon Prime at a Whole Foods and you can get discount prices on that. And of course, you got a full account of everything that you buy on Amazon Prime, which is perfect for when you have to itemize your lists. Maybe you buy stuff for work. You gotta deduct that stuff. Maybe you're just trying to figure out what your food budget is. You do a lot of stuff through Amazon Prime. Plus, you can get extra subscriptions on that. So, you know, like for instance, HBO or Stars or anything like that, and you can add to your Prime subscription. So you can completely cut your cord and watch all your video through Amazon Prime. And they have other things like this right here. They've got the in-garage delivery options where they can, I don't know, they call you or something like that, and then you can open up the garage and then they can put the stuff in there so your packages are a little bit more safe. Kindle Unlimited, and a whole bunch more. Amazon Kids, another one. If you got kids, that's a great way for them to have content as well as you. And that's all through Amazon Prime. And that's probably that's the real reason why I wanted to show you this, because it does so much more than just 2-day shipping. Lots of deals. A lot of these lightning deals were given to Prime members before the general public. So you saw some of these lightning deals, and you might have went over there to look at it, and you didn't see the lightning deal, and we did, because you weren't a Prime member, or you weren't logged in as a Prime member. Get that right there. So Luciano goes, PS5, we need the PS5. Yes, you are absolutely right. We need the PS5. Absolutely. The best thing I can say, Luciana, go to the PS5 page. There is a watch list button on the right. Press that button and they'll let you know when the next shipment comes in for you to order. That's the best I can say. You know, it's a hot ticket item. The PS5, the Xbox X, they're hot ticket items right now. So, or get yourself in a waiting list at least. So when it comes available, you'll be able to get it. That's my best suggestion right there. So, all right, that's pretty much it for today. And I forgot to click on that, so let's go over there. That was the Prime 1-year membership. And once again, it's a great gift. If somebody already has Prime, you can still give it as a gift, and they'll just have Prime for another year. You can give it to me. I'll have Prime for another year. You know, if you want to give me a gift, that's fine. You can give me any of these gifts on this list, or if there's something that you like, you can definitely do that. Just once again, you go over to amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. You don't have to give me. You don't, but thank you. So anyway, amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. That's where you go. And of course, you can check out my channel. Follow me. Hit that follow button, which will be right there. Or if you're on the video, if you're on the live page, there should be a follow button up there. If you hover your mouse over right about here, you'll see it. Hit that follow button, and then you'll know when I'm on next. Normally, now that things are starting to ramp down, I'm going to get back into the unboxings and the reviews of products. I got a lot of products I still need to review. I got some products I need to unbox. Things like this right here. where I'm going to do a more in-depth review with fabric and with cardboard and with plastic, so we can show you how it can really cut into things, and we'll go from there. So that's why you want to follow, because when you get it on the app, whenever I'm live, it'll say, hey, Jeffrey's live. There you go. Of course, you can follow me on any of my social channels. Think Magazine, put in a geek. I'm right there. And we'll go from there. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. We had a lot of people on right there. JIP says it's going to be hard to get the PS5. You are correct. I don't even have a PS5 or an Xbox. I didn't get on the bandwagon soon enough. But when I do get it in the studio, we will do some unboxings and reviews. And there's a lot of games, a lot of controllers, a lot of accessories that you can get for your PS5 to be prepared for that. So go through the list. A couple videos I've talked about controllers and chargers and games that you can get for the PS5, and they're available right now. So you have a full library. You're wanting to give your kid a PS5 for Christmas, you know, get them the controller, get them the game, so at least that's under the tree, so they know that there's something coming. All right, thanks a lot for watching. I will be on tomorrow about 7:30 a.m. if you want to join me, and we're gonna try and unbox something here, get back into normalcy. And of course, last minute gifts, we'll be doing that as well tomorrow. So thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out. We'll see you next time. Until then, you've been watching Geek Tech Talk Live. I'm Jeffrey Powers. Take care.